Alright gang, welcome back to our competitive one-tile challenge here on Farmlands. It is December, and today is going to be a very big day for us once again. Kind of figured out a bit what's going on with the methane and the electric charge and stuff, and why they're actually not in the list for a sell point of any sort. Evidently, in FS25, they're just kind of a standard price. You don't really know exactly the amount you're going to get, but, you know, doing some basic math and trying to figure it out from looking online, it appears, I think electric charge is somewhere around 350. We're playing on hard difficulty, and then I think methane is like 450-ish, something like that. So a pretty decent amount, honestly. So we should get a nice payday from all of that today. Speaking of that, let's kind of show you what I'm talking about in here. We've got 130,000 liters of electric charge and 7,836 liters of methane. So we're going to put those on auto selling right now, just so you can actually see what kind of money we get. When we hit 9 a.m. here, it's going to be a significant amount of money. My basic math tells me we're going to get somewhere in like the $40,000 to $50,000 range. I'm probably way off, but that's what I think we're going to end up getting. So I guess we'll find out here in about 20 in-game minutes. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Today, we actually don't have a ton to do, so that money is going to be very nice to have. As far as the used market goes, there's not really a whole lot out there for us. This would be wonderful to have. I just don't think it's really in the budget right now. Obviously, $135,000 is a lot of money, and I'd rather spend that money on some other things anyway. So, we're getting the grass field that we mowed in the second application of fertilizer. Or I guess it's is it the first or second application? I don't know. We're getting an application of fertilizer put down on it nonetheless, because it needs it. Our other grass field that's in the middle that eventually we said is going to turn into some kind of a crop field, that one is ready to harvest today. It's going to have all of the grass should be caught up together now. It should be the same growth stage at this point, which is good for us. So we'll mow that today. But other than that, those are the main two big things we had to do, and the fertilizing, as you can already tell, is already done. But yeah, we will end up mowing this field right here today, so that's going to be a nice little thing for us. And we're going to be basically putting this grass into our pole, and then from the pole directly into the BGA to continue to produce some more money for us. Now, my goal really today is to try to utilize some of this money that we're going to make from this electric charge and this methane, probably to put down another production of some sort. I'm not sure specifically which one I'm going to go with yet, I'm going to be honest with you, but you know, I'm leaning towards potentially maybe the cricket flower, the insect flower, whatever you want to call it, maybe. We will see. But that's kind of the way that I'm leaning for now, but it may change, so. Yeah, hopefully you're all doing well. We hit 10,000 subscribers, gang, an absolute insanity. Cannot thank each and every one of you enough for continuing to support me and the channel. I did do a bit of a 10,000 subscriber special challenge, a one-off 30-minute challenge. Came out on Wednesday. If you haven't checked that out yet, I highly recommend you do. I think you will enjoy it. It's a fun little tiny challenge there, right? It's a bit of a different type of challenge than what you would normally expect to see. Not really going to give a whole lot away besides that, but check it out if it's something you're interested in. Maybe take part in it, and then make sure you tag me, and if you do make a video, and I'll make sure I put your name in the bottom of the description of that one-off challenge. And then maybe if we get enough individuals who partake in it and find a winner or something, maybe we'll see if we can figure out something that we can potentially give away as well. We'll see. But yeah, let me know how you feel about it, and first of all, if you like it or not. It came out, I think, Wednesday, so it should have been out a couple days ago. So for whatever reason, if you haven't checked that out, if you just watched this series for whatever reason, maybe check that out, give it a view, and let me know your thoughts and all that good stuff. But really, it's a thank you to all of you for your continued support on the channel and to support me. It really does mean a lot, man. I really, really do appreciate it. So a little dark out. It's obviously December now, and yeah, 18,458 is in the bank account. That was after the fees and interest that we incurred. Our interest is a little bit smaller than it has been because we did pay off $25,000 of that loan at the end of the last episode. So if you missed that, we did at the very end of the episode end up paying some loan off. That's the first time we've made a loan payment yet. I know. I think Rusty has already made quite a few payments. I think he's still slightly ahead of us as far as the payments made, but yeah, we ended up getting a few of those paid, so that's pretty helpful, right? A little cloudy today, so the sun's not going to be that bright no matter what we do. Also, I would like to, depending on how much money we get here when 9 o'clock hits, I'd like to maybe look at tractors as well. I love this tractor to an extent, but at the same time, I hate it. There are certainly many things wrong with it. All the guys absolutely despise it, and I totally get it. It's not the greatest tractor in the world. That is 100% a fact. The gear shifting is atrocious, but I just like the look of the tractor. It's a little bit of a different type of looking tractor, so I kind of like that approach or that look of it. But anyway, how's everyone today? I hope you're well. We are going to look and see what else we can find tractor-wise, and yeah, we'll kind of go from there. It just really depends on how much money we get here when 9 o'clock hits. Like I said, I might be completely wrong, but I think from the math that I saw it was somewhere around 45,000. We're also going to take a look at some of the other things that we have and see if there's any of it's best to sell right now. We know for a fact the clothes are not going to be best to sell right now. The eggs were best last month. If they're still decent, it might be worth us, selling some of those eggs depending on what else we might sell. Pumpkins, I think they're dropping in price now, so we'll probably just hold on to those. Crickets, I don't remember. I think they were best last month too, but if they are and they're still a decent price, we might sell those as well. It really depends, right? We're just going to see what kind of money we get and have to make our decision from that point forward. Now, we do have, I'll do a quick autosave here. I was going to say, we do have quite a bit of silage, I think, in here. Well, actually, it's already been transferred over. I forgot I had it on distributing. So, we ran out of silage additive, so we need to buy some more silage additive because that grass is just sitting there not actually operating right now. So we need to buy some more of that. That way we can continue that process of getting the silage going, because there's quite a lot of grass in there. I guess I should have bought some more. I didn't realize it was going to run out that quickly. I had like 40-something liters in there, which normally that's been okay, but we did put a lot of grass in there the last couple of episodes, so I guess it kind of makes sense, but should have probably did that before we started this episode, but that's all right. Too late now. Now, if we're talking about it, this is the winter months, right? We're going to have very little to do here in January, February after this month. We're going to have to find some things to do. Probably mow the grass a little bit more, but the grass is going to stop growing at this point, so there's not going to be a whole lot, really, that we're going to be able to do. Another thing to note real quick is that, we hit the 10,000 subscribers, and literally right before that, we actually ended up 2 years on the channel as well. I might have mentioned that already, but yeah, we just surpassed 2 years on the channel as well for the farming channel, at least. I do have a secondary channel that's been around for a lot longer, but 2 years on this channel, so pretty exciting, man. Pretty exciting stuff. Doesn't feel like it's been 2 years, I'm going to be honest with you. It does not feel like that at all. Feels like it's only been about a year. Okay, so we hit 9 o'clock, so why did we not make any money here? Oh, I didn't put it on selling. Are you kidding me? Whoops. Somebody was probably already yelling at me in the comments about that I didn't put it on selling. Oh, well, I guess we're going to find out when 10 o'clock hits now, I guess, at this point. Whoops. Oh, boy. Oof. Way to go, Z. Way to go. Ooh, now that might be something we can handle. We will have to look. Although, what am I going to do with it, right? Everything that I've been putting down right now, we're putting down productions and things in little tiny areas where we really don't have a whole lot of room to maneuver. So having a semi probably isn't the smartest thing to do. Man, and really, we're not really selling any of our crops just outright, right? We're putting them into productions at this point. So if I was to get that, I would get it with a flatbed. And I think, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be too bad, with a forklift or something in there. Eventually we're going to have to get one of those of our own. Maybe it wouldn't be too bad maneuvering it around and then just bringing it out here to the main road, if you will. Maybe it wouldn't be too bad. I don't know. I'll have to think about it some more. I still think a tractor is a better decision right now than buying that, though, personally. Now, this is going to be a lot of grass, man. This is going to make us a lot of money, really, from that BGA, and it's going to be... I labeled the last episode correctly, in my opinion. I put the other two on notice that I am coming for blood. I am going to win this competition. I know some people don't care, but I do. I love a competition. I'm very competitive by nature, so, you know, I want to win. Right? Especially since I'm the one that brought them to this. I'm the one that invited them to this. I want to take control and win it. Although maybe I should be a little more forgiving about that, since I am the one that, you know, am hosting the series, if you will. But nah, we got to be cutthroat, man. We got to be cutthroat. We got to win. We got to win. One thing we are going to probably end up doing here soon, and we're going to have to make some tough decisions. We're going to run out of room. We've got a lot of productions down. We've got a lot more that I want to put down. We are going to run out of room. We're already putting ourselves in a bit of a pickle. Couple other things to note. Some of you might have already noticed it. I didn't mention it in the last episode just because I kind of forgot to do so. I did end up selling... No. Get off a worker. No. I did end up selling our house that we had put down. The reason why I did that is I decided to move into what is the essentially our pickle pear production, our marmalade production. There's an extra little area in there. I threw a cot up. That's really all I need. I don't need much more than that. I'm working these fields all the time, so I don't really need much more than that. Maybe later on we'll put down a little bit of a nicer house. Who knows? But I moved into there, so I did sell that house and moved into there. Also, you might have noticed it. Maybe not, though. I did go ahead, we talked in the end of the last episode about putting down some kind of a selling point. I did put a sell point down, so we do have a sell everything point now. I tried to kind of incorporate it with the building for that marmalade production, or what is now, you know, the marmalade production and our house. I will show that to you here in a little bit. But I did put down a sell point. So we do have our own sell point now, which is nice. And I've kind of labeled and named everything for them. Well, not everything, but mostly everything. You know, Z's something, whatever it is. Still thought the Z's going to win BGA is pretty funny. I don't know if they've noticed that yet or not, but I think that's pretty funny. I think the guys are finally actually starting to get to a point where they've got everything kind of planned out now. And when I say planned out, I mean they've got all their fields put down. I think Rusty still has quite a few more that he could put down, but he hasn't done so yet. I'm by far the first one that got all the fields set in a way where I wanted them. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm in the lead there, but I did. I've got all my fields set and down. So, at least from a grass perspective, of the grass that we are mowing, right? We're making more than it would be from just meadow grass. Now, speaking of this grass, you know, with the BGA, we're definitely going to want to continue to do some grass. I still have a plan to change this field specifically into something else, but that BGA eventually later on is going to be less utilized for grass. I've got other ideas for it. We've got the straw. I've already talked about the straw, right? The straw is going to end up going directly into that BGA pretty much every single time. Unless I end up doing one of these other productions that I had on my mind. It really depends. I'm not going to give any of that away. Don't want them to know about it, but there are some other ideas I had for the straw, and maybe we'll end up doing both, right? Because the idea I had for the straw, I don't think it's going to need as much straw as we're going to end up making. But we'll see, right? We'll see if we can get to that point and what happens. But, you know, eventually... we're probably going to put down some other things that are also going to help us with that BGA. So, you know, I was kind of going back and forth when we decided to put the BGA in down, and, you know, if in the long run, is it really going to, you know, be worth it? I do think it will be. I think we're going to make a ton of money from it already as it is. I just mentioned that to you, right? And, yeah, I mean, we've got we've got 130,000 liters of electric charge and 7,836 liters of methane. That's going to produce a lot of money. And then we've got 55,000 liters of digestate. Now, digestate, it does fluctuate, but very so little. about $7 of fluctuation, really. So it's not a huge amount of fluctuation, but it does fluctuate. Now, the Digestate itself is actually best to sell right now. So we're going to sell that today, too. So that's going to produce a lot of money for us. Now, I talked in the past about, maybe trying to do something with that Digestate. As far as I can tell, and I need to do some more, research and review of ModHub, but I don't think it's on FS25 yet what I want to use. Those of you that watched me do some other different type of challenges in the past probably know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to give it away. Again, probably could be pretty obvious. There's only so many things you can do with Digestate, but there's definitely something I want to do with that Digestate. I just don't think ModHub specifically has it out for us to be able to do anything with yet. So I think we're going to have to hold off for a little while on that one specifically. Let's just stop here really quick. I'm going to move this pallet here into our aged goat cheese production here. Get that going again. And this is our sell point. So I put it right up here on the edge of this, and then there you can see the mat for the house, if you will. But yeah, we put it right here. I think it makes sense. I kind of like it there as well. I don't really think there was going to be a whole lot we could put here. Maybe we put a production facing this way, but otherwise we really going to do a whole lot. And this gives us the opportunity to be able to drive through here if we need to for the trough and for the food and etc. Speaking of that, I do think that we might want to consider for the goats here putting a little bit of food in here. They still have plenty of meadow. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think it really depends on, maybe we shouldn't. I think I talked in the recent episode that I was going to wait and not put anything in there because I wanted to see what happened. That basically lost about 5,000 liters of meadow grass from the last episode to now. It should, in theory, be fine for the winter months. There shouldn't be a problem there. In other words, we shouldn't run out of grass there. I guess it depends on how many more goats reproduce, but we should be okay. Should be okay. Alright, so we'll put that there. Lots of pumpkins over here as well, by the way, so that's pretty good for us. Now, eventually, I started talking about this, and I got sidetracked, but eventually what I would like to do with the grass here is I think eventually I'm going to change our baler up here. We're not going to utilize this auto-load baler. We're not really going to need it, right? Having a more traditional one might be the way to go. I don't know. This is nice, though, having the the actual width that it has on it. It is nice to have this, but since we're not doing as big of fields here, since we literally have just our 2 little grass fields, and eventually it's just going to be that one little grass field up there. I say little, it's a big grass field. I think it might be more beneficial for us to go a different approach with the balers, but maybe not. I don't know, maybe not. I'm just thinking, I guess when it's the summer months and things like that, and we're going to have the grass to mow plus everything else we have to do, it probably is going to continue to make sense to have this. But in the winter months, I don't really think it's going to be a problem. I really don't think I'm going to have a problem with, going the old-fashioned way, turning them into round bales or even bigger square bales that I have to pick up with some kind of a front loader or a skid steer or whatever it may be, right? I don't think that's really that big of a problem for me. I guess it really is going to depend on those summer months and well, spring, summer, fall months when we're doing the harvests, right? If we want to try to keep up with mowing the grass as much as possible. We didn't really do that good of a job this last season just because we had so much to do. We only had one tractor, right? But once we start having multiple tractors, we start utilizing a worker. Maybe it makes sense to still have this. I don't know. Something to think about, I guess, as we continue on here. But let's get the rest of this all mowed. Let's get the rest of this all baled up, and we'll take it and drop all of it off in the BGA. I might, well, not the BGA, the silage pole, excuse me. But I might. Now, we'll drop it all in the BGA. I was going to say I might keep some, but there's already some in the silage pole right now because it's waiting on, silage additive. We don't have any in there, right? So it might. Maybe I should have did that first before I did this so I could get that going again. It doesn't matter. All right, let's get to work. I've rambled for a long time about a lot of stuff. I'm a bit all over the place. Let's get some stuff done here, huh? Alright, so I was pretty close, gang. I think I said 42,000, I think is what I said. It ended up being about 44,000 after you factor in how much we had before. So we're at 62,608 now, which is really, really good, man. Very, very happy about that. And we haven't even sold that Digestate yet, right? Now, that Digestate's not worth a ton of money. You already looked at that. You sold that. It's not worth a ton of money. But, yeah, that's significantly better than what we have been doing, driving it all the way to the train and making, you know, upwards of, I don't know, $8,000 to $12,000, something like that, right? That is significantly better. Significantly better. It's not even close to how much better that is. Okay, there's a planter out here. Looks like Crust2 has been at it once again. Let's see. No, you didn't color it. Oh, maybe you can't color it. You can color it. Well, maybe it wasn't his then. I don't know. Anyway, he's been all over the place. He's been buying and selling everything. So you never know with that guy. You never know what he's got going on. All right, so we need... I'm going the wrong way. We need... we need these. Now, I think we're going to need a lot, I think. 180 liters. That's pretty expensive, but we really need to keep that silage going. So I'm going to buy 3 of them and hope that's enough. And basically $9,000 we just threw away right there, but that's all right. It makes us more money in the long run at the BGA, so I'm all for it. In the process, I also moved some of the wool up to our knitwear as well, just to kind of get that going. Just try to keep that production going. Whenever they're done, those productions, when they have nothing left in them, I'm going to go ahead and turn them off, as all of you have correctly stated. You know, they do charge us whenever we're, you know, have nothing in there, so we might as well turn them off. Speaking of that, I probably need to turn... No, it's got silage in there. We're good. Never mind. We just don't have the silage on, as I did turn that off. So we'll turn the silage back on. So that's going to start producing some nice products there for us, which is great. Now, we got the Digestate, 55,000 liters of that. It's a lot. Don't know where we can sell the Digestate at. There's quite a few places, evidently. We can sell it at my sell-all for $37. That's exactly where we're going to sell it. That's the best price, and it is dropping, so we're going to sell it there. So that'll make us a little bit more money, but that's not going to be anything crazy. We might be able to get maybe 1 or 2 of these pallets paid off that we just bought of the silage additive, which I would be super happy about if that's what it is able to do. But yeah. We haven't messed with them in a while. It's just harmless. It's nothing crazy. We need to start figuring out some other things to do. We've been doing basically the same thing, just running into each other. We're Well, we've all been really busy, so we really haven't had the time. And here in the winter months, at least I am. I don't know if they are, but I'm going to have the time to start messing with them some more and causing some mayhem, right? As I mentioned, we're not going to have a ton to do. I really don't think we will. All right, so the silage pole should be good now. Let's just make sure it's still on. It is on. Perfect. All right, good. Hopefully that's enough silage additive. If it's not, well, it is what it is. It's probably not going to be able to chew through all that we have in there anyway. It's over 100,000 liters. It likely won't get through all that today. Now, on the way over here, I did notice, and I'm not sure if anyone else noticed it. It might have just been me, but I did notice that it looks like we do have one pallet of the marmalade here. Yeah, look at that little guy. Looks like I can pick it up by hand, which is nice. So that's going to be good, man. That's going to be good. Missing... What is it? It just doesn't have enough over there, I guess. Yeah, there's just not enough over there. I think we need one more of these pickled pear cactus. I don't know where I'm going to put it at, but I think we need another one. I think it's just moving a little bit too slow for my liking. I think we need to consider a second one there. Well, Rusty is still in the same spot after I pushed him. Maybe he stepped away. Or he's just cursing. I don't know what he's doing. He just moved now, so I don't know. I don't know what he did, but I don't know what was going on. Maybe somebody came home or something. Maybe his wife came home and he's going to talk to her. I don't know. Alright, so. Digestate. We need to get the Digestate out of the BGA here. And we're going to sell it right at our sell-all, which is great. We don't have to go that far. Now, I could just put it on auto-selling. Most of the time, maybe we can, or maybe we should. Ooh. Maybe it does. Maybe it can't go in that trailer. Ooh. Uh-oh. Maybe I just have to put it on auto-selling then? Let me try to turn around here and try again. Maybe I just didn't hit the right angle of it. It could be out of that little pipe right there too, which I've got this fence kind of in the worst spot if it is. Nope, it's not picking that up either. Well, we might be just putting that on auto-selling too then. Well, it won't be on auto-selling at all times, I can say that much. And we are right over top of it, so if it's not going to go in there, then it's not going to go anywhere. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I mean, I guess I just have to put it on the auto-selling, I guess. Right? I guess. I don't know. Sure. Why did it change that to selling? It changes the straw with... Interesting, okay. Weird. Okay, well, whatever, I guess, whatever. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but alright, whatever. So I guess 11 o'clock hits, we're going to make some more money, I guess is how we'll put it. So we've got 53,000. So the thing I wanted to look at next, which we kind of talked about, right, was what are we going to do with some of these items that were good to sell last month? Are we going to go sell them again today? Very well might. Now, are we going to make a ton of money off of it? Yeah, probably not. Probably not, right? Because there's not going to be that much to sell of it, right? There's not that much time enough for it to really produce a whole lot. But the crickets probably still decent. We could put down a production for the crickets. It's something I've been talking about. Considering doing it is expensive, though. Let's see. Tractor-wise, what can we buy for 53,000? Probably not much. Not much that's better than what we have. I guess the fast track we could get. It's similar to our type of tractor currently. The only bonus here would it has the front loader attachment, I guess. I could go with this one, which I like, but I'm utilizing that in another series, so I've mentioned many times before, I don't, as much as I possibly can, and it's not always going to happen, but I try not to use the same stuff But sometimes there's nothing for it, right? Sometimes it just has to happen. We could go with the John Deere 40 series. It does have the ability for a front loader attacher as well. Horsepower is not much more than what we currently have, although I don't really think we need much more horsepower, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 pieces of equipment. I don't think we really need it. Maybe the tractor's the way to go here. The other thing I was thinking about, actually, I don't know why I was thinking about it. Everyone here knows, as long as you've been here for a long time, everyone here knows how much I hate rolling. But I was also thinking about doing a roller. It needs 100 horsepower. We don't have enough to do it right now. We would have to buy that tractor anyway, but we could buy the tractor and buy the roller together to do this. Okay, so let's just look here. So if we're looking at crickets, they are still pretty good. We should definitely sell the crickets. Okay, so we'll sell the crickets. The eggs, I would assume, are still pretty good. They are. So we'll sell the eggs and the crickets. I don't think the aged goat cheese is decent. It might be though. Yeah, next month it's going to be best. Actually, it's pretty good right now, but we can still make another $500-600 probably if we wait to next month. So we'll wait on the aged goat cheese. No reason to sell that yet. And what about? We know pumpkins are going down. I talked about that already, right? But we might as well just peek anyway. Yeah, I mean, pumpkins don't fluctuate that much, but there's no reason for us to sell it right now. We're not hurting for money or anything like that. So, yeah. And the marmalade. The marmalade. Dropping. So we'll have to hold off on that too. I'm not selling that until it's the best time to sell it. All right. Well, there you go. So we're going to sell the crickets and the eggs, I guess, is all we're really selling today. I'm going to need the forklift for that. Who has it? Who's borrowing it? Crusty. I love that this thing has now just become the running joke of wherever someone decides to leave it at. We don't ever leave it where it's supposed to be. I borrowed it for a little while and then brought it all the way back down to the shop. But now it's just whoever wants to hold on to it for a while can just hold on to it. Oh, it's all in good fun, man. It's all in good fun. And those of you that may have caught that, when I went in there and put the BGA onto selling to the Digestate, I didn't turn off the electric charge and everything. You're right, I didn't. I almost forgot about it, but I caught it, and it's back. They're back to off, and the silage is back on storing. So we should be good now. We should be good. It should just be the Digestate that sells. So we'll get a true, real number here of what kind of money we're going to get from the equivalent of 60,000 liters of Digestate at this point, right? Still trying to hold true to that rule, personally. I know there's going to be a little bit of that Digestate in there from what we're making right now that's going to sell, but it's not a major amount, so it's fine. I'm still trying to hold true to that, where if it's something that was, made in the same day that you put it in there, then you can't really sell it, right? So we're trying to hold true to that. It's almost 11. We're going to sell this Digestate in a few minutes here. Well, since the guys have been liking to keep this for a while, I think it's my turn to store it over here for a little while, just to mess with them a little bit. Put it way back here. Well, there you go. That was very, very little. I mean, very little. That was a couple $1,000 is all we got out of that. Unfortunate, but, it is what it is. What are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? All right, put the Digestate back onto storing. Perfect. So now, anything that goes into there from this point forward will not be sold until the next episode, right? So 55,000 is what we've got. Oh, I don't even know where I'm going here. Why am I just taking off? Acting like I know where I'm going with this stuff. I don't even know where I'm going with it. What are you doing, Z? Get it together, buddy. Okay, eggs. 1383 looks like the best. That's the goods export. That is the train. So we're probably going to the train. I think that's the train. Yep, train. Somebody's up there. Looks like Rusty's up at the train. He made himself a little bit of money. Okay. Get to the right screen, Z. Come on, buddy. All right. Crickets. Crickets. It looks like the farmer's market, the basic one we go to. Every time we go to these with the crickets, though, we can't seem to get the things off the trailer. They're not liftable by hand, so it's... There's only 542 eggs here. It's probably not even worth me driving all the way up there. For 542 liters, it's not even a full 1,000 liters of eggs. It's not... I don't even think it's worth it, man. I probably should have just left them. There's just not enough eggs there. A little less than $700 to drive all the way up there. I'm just going to take the loss. I'm just going to sell everything here. I'm probably going to have to use the forklift to come down here and get these things to fall off anyway. Just like before. I was hoping something else would pop out. This is what popped out. That's not really what we need, though. I was really hoping for something else, like a tractor or something better. But didn't happen. Didn't happen. Alright, there they go. They finally sold. Okay, I didn't need to. Never mind. Alright, that gets us a 58,629. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. Let's figure out what we're going to do this 58,000. Am I going to put a production down, or are we going to consider doing that tractor? I just don't know. Okay, I've been racking my brain on what to do. Obviously, you can look in the right-hand corner and you see that the time has shifted quite a lot. And everything that I've been looking at, it's you know, I have to sell the pumpkins, or I have to sell some other things that, you know, we didn't really want to sell today. The only way we could get around it and get some of the things that I'm considering and wanting to do is bending the rules a bit, which I don't think the guys are, like I said, following those rules too much anymore. I personally don't want to do that, though. You know, the way we could go about it is sell, you know, going through here and selling the electric charge and the digestate and the methane that we have so far. It would likely get us there. I really think I want to go... I really think I want to go the tractor approach. I really want to get a medium tractor. I was looking somewhere along the steer here. I'm not positive that's what I want, but as you can see, at 65,000, we don't have enough for that. There are other options. I've showed those to you many times before. I don't think I really need to get into those options, but yeah, we're just kind of at a hard spot right now, right? Where there's not really a lot else for us to do without kind of impacting or harming the ability for us to be able to make more money in the long run, right? We're going to have to take a bit of a loss, more loss than we would want to. Obviously, early on in the actual series itself, we were taking losses because we kind of needed to. But now, we're not such in a situation where it's dire straits that we need to go and sell things to keep us in the positive, right? So, I think saving it for the best time to sell them is more beneficial to us. I think waiting until next month, when I've already mentioned we're going to have very little to do anyway, probably the smarter approach. So I don't have a whole lot to do. I think the guys still have a lot to do. You know, we've kind of, you know, sectioned ours out as best as we can do, or best as we can, where we've got, you know, some things to do every single month, but not tons of things. So we're not, you know, crushing our time slot where we have to, you know, rush to get everything done. So I think it's time for us just to cause a little mayhem, huh? He's gonna chase me down, though. He's way faster than I am. You want to push me? All right, I'll start pushing those then. All right, we had a little fun at his expense. Let's see what we could do to our friend Christu here, with hopefully not killing any of his crop in the process this time, huh? What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he got going on over here? Whoop! The trees are actually now a spot where you can actually get harmed from them. Oh boy. Alright, well, like I said, gang, make sure you watch all of their episodes. You know, give them some love, check out their videos, see how they're doing from their perspective. It's been fun, man, but we're going to leave the episode at this point. Next episode, fully expect that we're going to be buying something, whether it's a new tractor or a new production or maybe both or a roller or whatever. We're going to be doing something next month for sure. We'll have a lot more money to play with. If you know, if this month was any tell, I can tell you right now where we're gonna we're probably gonna have somewhere north of 100 grand, because we will probably have a little bit more than we had this month. As you saw last month, right? We ran out, well, between the last month and this month, we ran out of silage additive. I'll try to make sure that doesn't happen this time, right? So if the guys are going to continue to do some work, which I suspect they will, lately they've had a lot more to do than I have, because we're just kind of in the waiting period. But if we run out of silage additive, which it kind of looks like we might, still with 99,000 liters of grass in there to chew through, I'll make sure I try to get some more in there before the next episode so we can try to get a ton of stuff into the BGA, and then sell all that next month, which will, in theory, make us a lot more money. So, leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button on the case you've yet to do so. It's free to do. Helps me a ton. Thanks to my members. Cannot thank all 16 of you enough. It's absolute insanity. If you want early access to videos like this one, maybe consider checking that out. There is a link down below that gives you all the details you can have in regard to what you get from that. Also, if you're feeling a bit out of the Farming Simulator mood and want to watch something else, I do have a second channel, as I've mentioned many times before. There's a link down below. I'm doing playthroughs of Red Dead Redemption 2, the brand new High on Life 2, and the brand new DLC for the Dynasty Warriors Origins that just came out. So if any of those things interest you, that's what I'm currently playing through, but I've got many playthroughs on that channel, many of which are very old at this point, because that was the channel that I originally started on. And they're not that great, some of the old ones. I mean, I've learned a lot as I've moved along my YouTube journey here. But anyway, if you're interested in that, check it out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And we'll see you next time.